What's up guys, it's Denodon here, and today I am back in Star Citizen where I am having a walk around of the first ship that I got in the game, which is the MISC Freelancer, which is basically a general purpose multi-role vessel that is intended predominantly to be hauling, but it can also do exploration work and pretty much anything else you throw at it. So it's also in the AeroView hangar here, which is the second tier hangar you get for bigger ships like this one. But I'm going to be focusing more on the ship, so let's first around just look at the outside of it. Now you can see it's got a nice cockpit there. The original one had much more bars in the way, which was a bit of a problem, so they changed the design of the ship to have that nice open bit at the front, which you will see makes a nice difference when you're actually inside. You've got the thrusters here, and I have to apologise if this video seems a little dark. This hangar is the most darkly lit of the ones that I currently have in my possession. However, I also wanted to show these ships in the hangars that they would come with if you were to get them. So that's why I'm doing that. And you've got these nice guns on the side here. They have what we saw on the commercial, ridiculous levels of firepower. Like their arcs could go in pretty much all directions. So they're going to be interesting to see how they work once this ship is actually in the game. Now if we duck under here, you'll see the boarding steps leading up inside to the ship, which we will take a look at later. And if we move around here, we will go past the engine mounts here. Now if I'm just going to duck in here for a second, you will see that they're on pivoting mounts there. I'm not sure if you can quite see that. Just, yeah, jump a bit, but it doesn't really help. But that's basically the entire engine, and these outer wing surfaces can pivot around, which, as again, it looked quite neat in the commercial, and it will be interesting to see how they handle it in the final game. So we've got these landing skids of sorts and a big heavy duty one under the body. If we move around out here, you got some sort of intakes of that. I don't know what they are. And then here you've got what makes quite potency in the Freelancer, which is its decent armament of missiles. You've got that big size 2 one there, and then a couple smaller size ones. Now missile gameplay is due to be changed soon in the actual game, so it will be interesting to see how these missiles, like what the ship will actually come with when they're ready to go. So move around back here, you've got the engine exit itself. Now it used to have these like flaps for vectoring the thrust at the back, which I think looks a lot better. I'm not sure if they'd change that to this as a final or if they're just missing the mesh. And just move around, you can see there's a turret at the back there which you can't actually get into at the moment. And then you've got this cargo ramp which I'm going to open up, so let's just find where the opening body is. There we go. Now get out of the way so it doesn't crush us. Doesn't get crushed. The thing is not going to get crushed. What are you talking about? But yeah, so unfortunately there's a bug at the moment which means that you just phase through this lower part. You didn't used to, but at the moment you do, so it seems the collider was forgotten about. But yeah, so I'm going to go in there anyway. You can see that's how you get into the turret right there. But anyway, let's move forward. Let's get inside this ship. So move us along. Let's get to the stairs. Nicely detailed stairs if you look at them. So let's get in. This whole thing retracts as one unit in flight. So nice opens up, we duck in here, and here we go. We are in the ship. Now this is one of the reasons why I backed the ship, is simply because to me this interior just reminds me so much of a camper van. It's just awesome. It's like, you know, got all these storage cabinets here, everything is nicely packed in. It's not got too much wasted space. It looks like everything in here has a purpose. So in there is the shower and toilet, which you used to be able to access, but again you can't open it at the moment for whatever reason. Not that it really matters for me. Let's just use that, and you use your Jedi mind tricks to open up all these tables. So that's something they haven't told us about yet, but it seems you're going to be playing as a Jedi, at least for now. And if we move further on up, you've got the beds here, you've got the lower beds and the upper ones, which don't look like they have any kind of protection for the people who are going to be sleeping on them. Like if the ship moves slightly, you're off, you're falling. That's not good, but at least these lower bits for the people have got some spots. You've got some kind of crew seats here. I'm not sure what they're going to be used for. And then up here we'll move into the actual cockpit. So you can see this ship is supposed to be a blend of human and alien technology. So that's more obvious here when you look at something like these controls. Whoops, just try and get into a good spot. Ooh, that's a bit weird with the camera. But yeah, see, you've got joysticks that handle sort of like reins going on this weird column that just goes in there. Those screens are flickering, I never noticed that before. But yeah, overall it's a bit interesting. Obviously those are just slapped on textures for now. So let's get in the seat. Yeah, we teleported to the other side somehow. But here we go. So we are now sitting in the seat. So you can see, nice forward view now, which is quite nice. And you've got a decent amount of overhead view as well. So you can look around. Bit of a blind spot there, but that's not really all too surprising. Can't look any further back than that, unfortunately, so at least you can't break your neck in this like you can in the Aurora. So, yeah, that's just about all you can see. So let's get out, and I'll go show you the other bits at the back of the ship, where this is basically the ship's namesake. Well, not its namesake, but its purpose. So first of all, we got to go through this door. Love that sound. Just go in through there. Am I crouched? Yes, I'm crouched. Whoops. Shut that door. Now we're in the airlock, so you can see there's a way out there. And there's some kind of hatch. I assume that's for maintenance or something there. So, we're just ignoring this sign. Danger, do not stand here. Why not? It's an airlock, so I suppose that might be why, but yeah. So let's just go through here. And here's the cargo bay. So, it's quite a nice cargo bay. I'm just going to shut this again. And yeah, it's decently sized. It's nicely textured and modelled. You've got all this nice little detail. I can't help but feel it would be nice if it had some sort of interior handling crane in the roof there. But I suppose that might not be something we get. Nice floor textures though. We walk back. You've got the big pistons that operate the door. And there's the turret itself. So let's just retract the ramp and you can see how the pistons work as the door retracts. There we go. And yeah, so it's quite a big cargo bay, as you can see. Probably pretty useful. This isn't even the biggest cargo bay. The Freelancer Max variant has a bigger one, but I don't have the Max, I have just the base Freelancer. So let's go out again and fall through the bottom of the ramp, break your legs, but that's okay. But yeah, so that's the Freelancer. Just run around again. Just do a bit of an orbit. It's quite a good looking ship in my opinion. It's basically the equivalent of a van or a little small truck or lorry, but I quite like that. And it's got very big guns, it seems, for a supposed civilian merchant vessel, so maybe it has other roles as well. But I suppose we will find out what those are for. Until then, I'm Denodon. Safe landings.